Hi, Scott Summer here. I am the CEO of Cornerstone Advisors, and I'm pleased to be in sunny Phoenix, Arizona at Bank Directors Acquire or Be Acquired conference. I am with a good friend and client of Cornerstone, Claude Davis. Claude is the CEO of First Financial, a $8+ billion bank headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Great, thanks, Scott.
Just a couple questions. Claude, you're going through a close to merger of equals with Main Source Bank, approaching $5 billion in assets. When you're all said and done, you're going to have blown through the $10 billion asset mark and be a bank of about $14 billion.
Right.
Any words of advice for bankers in that $6 to $9 billion crowd that is looking to blow through the $10 billion mark?
Yeah, Scott, it's one of those where, as we thought about the $10 billion, we really focused on two big issues. One was systems and our ability to handle both the compliance burden as well as the stress test burden. And then secondly was to really evaluate how much over 10 did we need to be in order to offset the Durbin costs, the compliance costs. And so we knew going into our conversations what those issues were, how well we were prepared, as well as kind of what the impact would be of just going over 10 versus going to 14, which is what we're doing with the Main Source deal.
Got it. Now, I know I attended your session yesterday. You had a great breakout session, and you talked in that session about best of both.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit what that concept means for this kind of merger of equals and
Sure.
how you came up with that.
Yeah, we feel very strongly that if we're going to buy a company and certainly pay a good value price, that we don't want to destroy the value they've created. And so it's obvious to us that whether it's Main Source or any other deal that you do, there are always going to be things they do better than you. And that you have to set your ego aside and really look at what do you do well, what do they do well,
Right.
and truly take the best of both companies.
Got it. Last question for you and for the audience at home. One of the concepts that I thought was really interesting about the merger is this mix of the management team. You
Yeah.
get to go on and become executive chairman.
Right.
That's a job I would really like someday,
Yeah.
by the way. Archie, the CEO of Main Source, goes on to be the bank CEO, and then the management team is a mix of execs from both banks. How did that come about?
It was interesting. We went through about a 3-month process where Archie and I sat down and we really evaluated probably the top 20, 30 members of each of our management teams, kind of what their skills were, what their strengths were, and how best could we mix the two. And that started with he and I, to be honest. And,
Right.
and we knew that bringing together a $9 billion and a $5 billion meant that there was going to be a lot of issues around integration, around long-term strategy, around new branding, board governance, as well as running the day-to-day operations. So there's plenty of work for both of us to do. My view is we needed to have a CEO that created operational clarity for the two companies, which I felt Archie would do best. I could focus on some of the corporate issues, and then we did the same thing for every position in the company, with the intent that we were going to have a mix of management, and hopefully the best of both.
Best of both.
Best of both in management as well as
Exactly.
people, product, and process is how we approach the deal.
Got it. Well, Claude, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Best of
Scott.
luck with the merger with Main Source. This is Scott Summer again from Cornerstone signing off. Happy weekend to all the Gonzo bankers out there. Thank you.